What if I told you you're never really alone in a room, even when it feels completely empty and silent, and that the most famous Success Kid meme you've laughed at actually saved someone's life? Or that your gut, yeah, the thing digesting your lunch, might be smarter than your pet cat? These aren't just fun facts. These are truths that flip what you think you know about the world, from invisible particles that surround you right now to the lie hiding in a drink called buttermilk. This isn't just random trivia. These are the kind of facts that actually stick with you, the ones that make you stop and think, how did I never know that? So stay with me, because once you hear them, you won't look at the world the same way again. So let's get started. Number 1. In Livermore, California, there's a single light bulb that's been on since 1901. That's over 120 years of continuous glow, no breaks and no replacements. It's called the Centennial Light, and it burns inside a fire station 24/7. But how is it even possible? It was made with a carbon filament by a company called Shelby Electric, back when things were built to last. In contrast, today's bulbs are intentionally designed to fail faster. It's called planned obsolescence, a business tactic that forces you to keep buying new stuff. Think about it. We have smartphones that slow down after 2 years, washing machines that die after 5. Yet this light bulb from over a century ago is still going. Makes you wonder, are we really advancing or just consuming faster? Number 2. You know when you hit the elevator button like 10 times hoping it'll come faster? Bad news, that button probably does nothing. Most elevator door close buttons in modern buildings are completely disconnected or locked by law. They're only active for maintenance staff or firefighters. The public version? It's just there to give you the illusion of control. It's called a placebo button, and it exists in more places than you think. Crosswalks, thermostats in office buildings, even some train buttons are just fake switches designed to reduce your anxiety. You're not actually speeding anything up, you're just calming yourself down. So next time you're mashing that button, remember, the elevator isn't ignoring you. It never cared to begin with. Number 3. When we think about the brain, we picture everything happening in our heads. Thoughts, emotions, instincts, all controlled from up top. But here's something surprising. There's a second brain inside you, and it's in your gut. It's called the enteric nervous system, and it's not just a nickname. This system has over 500 million neurons. That's more than you'd find in a cat's brain. It handles digestion, communicates with your main brain, and even helps regulate emotions. Here's the wild part. Over 90% of the serotonin in your body, the chemical that affects mood and happiness, isn't made in your brain. It's made in your gut. That's why scientists take the gut seriously when it comes to mental health, anxiety, and even decision-making. So when you get butterflies in your stomach or a sudden gut feeling, that's not just emotion, that's your second brain doing its job. Number 4. Air doesn't actually make any sound on its own. It's not just quiet, it's completely silent. That whooshing noise you hear on a windy day isn't the air itself. It's the sound of air hitting something. Wires, leaves, buildings, even your own ears. That's what's creating the noise. If wind moves through a completely open space, even at high speed, you won't hear a thing. That's why deserts or wide open plains can feel strangely silent, even during strong winds. There's nothing around for the air to collide with, so there's nothing to make a sound. It's kind of like life. Sometimes what feels loud isn't from the thing itself, it's from what it hits. Number 5. When you eat, talk, or yawn, it might feel like both of your jaws are moving. But that's not actually true. Only your lower jaw moves. Your upper jaw, called the maxilla, is fixed in place. It's fused to your skull and doesn't move at all. What's really happening is that your lower jaw moves up and down, but we're so used to saying move your jaws that no one questions it. It's one of those everyday things we all experience, but barely notice. Even in cartoons or movies, characters are often shown moving both jaws when they talk or chew, and technically that's incorrect. So the next time someone says, close your jaws, just know your upper jaw is just sitting there, doing nothing. Kind of makes it the laziest part of your face. Number 6. You know how some food names sound delicious until you find out what they really are? Well, buttermilk is one of those names that totally tricks people. Despite what it sounds like, buttermilk has nothing to do with butter. It's not creamy, it's not rich, and it's definitely not made from butter. Originally, buttermilk was the liquid left over after churning cream into butter. It was thin, a little tangy, and full of probiotics. Great for cooking. But the version we buy today, especially in stores, is something different. It's cultured milk. That means it's been fermented with specific bacteria to copy that tangy flavor. There's no butter in it at all. So next time someone pours a glass of buttermilk thinking it's buttery and smooth, Just smile and let them know the name is a lie. Number 7. Sometimes, when you're alone in a room with the door closed, everything feels still. No sound, no movement, just you and the quiet. But here's something wild. Science says you're never truly alone. Even in a room that looks completely empty, you're surrounded by invisible activity. Air particles, floating molecules, rays of light, heat waves, radio signals, all of that is around you. And then there's the quantum stuff. Particles that blink in and out of existence, popping up randomly without warning. According to quantum physics, a perfect vacuum, a place with absolutely nothing in it, doesn't exist. Even in deep space, there's still radiation left over from the Big Bang. So next time you feel like you're sitting in total silence, just remember, that silence is packed with unseen energy. And that empty room, it's not really empty at all. Number 8. Every once in a while, a simple photo ends up everywhere. You see it in memes, ads, reactions. It becomes part of internet culture. One of the most famous? A little boy clenching his fist with a determined look. You know him as Success Kid. He became internet famous before he could even speak full sentences. Millions of people used his photo to celebrate wins, big or small. But what most people don't know is what happened behind the scenes. Not long after the photo went viral, the boy's father was diagnosed with kidney failure. The family couldn't afford the treatment, and things looked serious. So they turned to the only thing they had, the meme. They launched a fundraiser using his internet fame, and the response was overwhelming. People from around the world donated, and they raised enough for a life-saving kidney transplant. That awkward little photo didn't just become a meme, it became a miracle. And that's it for today's video, guys. Which one blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments. I'll love reading your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next one. And trust me, the next facts are even wilder. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.